Hello, and welcome back to MoonClan. My name is Frosty, and today we are picking up where we left off, as per usual, going into Moon 51 for the clan and 50 for us. So last time, Frost Whisper managed to overcome his grief despite us having some problems, in the sense that we lost yet another cat that was close to us. So at least we are looking towards the future and towards training Quail Pond now, but unfortunately we did lose Willow Deer, our first apprentice in the last episode. So it's not been all good news, but we do have a pretty big influx of apprentices coming in, so we can look forward to those antics that they bring. But without any further ado, I think we'll go ahead and jump into our time skip. Okay. So moving into Moon 51, a tree cut monster appears near the border. Fear prickles your fur, but you stay alert and warn your clan. That is a really interesting event. I haven't seen that before personally, but that obviously isn't to say it doesn't happen. I just know that the tree cut monsters were really well explored in the books as being like a devastating event, so that was what drove the cats away from the forest. So it would be interesting if they implemented that sort of a thing into either clan gen or life gen down the line, where if you toggle a certain thing, then your clan could just end up having to move due to events like that. Then you appear in like a different camp. That could be a really interesting addition. Okay, we have quite a few new apprentices, or warriors it looks like. Snowleaf sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as they watch Needlepaw be named Needledew, and are honored for their cunning. They consider themselves lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat, and look forward to seeing the warrior they become. As Fawnpaw nervously approaches their leader, Sparrowstar can't help but feel their hesitance might cost them their life in battle. Steeling themselves against their doubts, Fawnpaw named Fawnshock to honor their reliability. That was weird. My screen just randomly blacked out. But I think we've been having some power issues lately, so probably just a weird little flicker like that. But anyway, Fawnshock is a cool name. It kind of goes with Sparrowstar's concerns. Kind of brings to mind an idea of like a fainting goat or something. You're shocking a fawn. Sparrowstar calls the clan to a meeting and declares Big Paw to be a warrior. They are now called Big Blotch and are celebrated for their insight. Sparrowstar stands above the clan and proclaims that Blossom Paw shall now be known as Blossom Current, honoring their hard work. I don't know if Big Paw actually has a blotch on them to give them a suffix that makes sense with big, but we have 4 new warriors that we'll be checking out in just a moment. Okay, so Sky Scratch is hoping a litter they're having will be small. They feel overwhelmed at the idea of a big litter. They don't believe they can officially perform their duties while expecting and decide to move into the nursery. The Icy Eyes has announced that they are expecting kits, but won't be moving into the nursery just yet. I really hope Icy Eyes has a little bit better luck with this litter than last one. Last time they had Chestnut, but then they got a mate to help raise the kit with them, and then their mate immediately passed away, so fingers crossed this litter is a bit more joyous for Icy Eyes. Alrighty, we're thinking that Yarrow Mouse was nice to us today, and we're realizing that we may have been too harsh in our judgment of Chirtpaw. Swanspot is sharing tongues with us, and Lightpaw notices how we're being helpful around camp. So, all good things today. Needlepaw is healed from their head damage. Okay, so that's probably why they got their warrior name. Lightpaw's stomachache has left. But Lightpaw also accidentally crossed the border on patrol and got their ear torn by an enemy warrior. Okay, so Lightpaw won't get like punished or anything for crossing the border because it says it's an accident while on patrol. And bee apprentices can get away with crossing into enemy territory without any repercussions because they're still learning. Things like this will happen sometimes. But Lipon may have gotten a torn ear and a cool battle scar to tell from the incident, which is always popular with apprentices. As your stores are inspected, we know some dandelion has gone bad and will need to be replaced. Okay. And that is all for here. And since we are into Greenleaf now, if we encounter any rogues or kitty pets or loners that want to join a clan, they can. But let's see here. Okay, so here's Needle Dew. Finally got her warrior name after being hurt. She's troublesome, a visionary thinker, and an out-of-the-box thinker. So we are doubling down on the thinking trait with Needle Dew. Visionary and out of the box. So I kind of picture a visionary as being more like, as the name implies, like you're looking towards a goal. You've got a certain vision in mind. And that's one that you can try and aspire to and maybe encourage others to go along with you for. Whereas out of the box is just more creatively speaking. And I do think it's a little ironic that after getting head damage, Needle Dew becomes such a strong thinker, but maybe those two are related. They were mentored by Snowleaf, who influenced them to be more likely to make their own rules and make impulsive decisions. Snowleaf helped them become better at thinking out of the box and solving problems. They graduated their honor for their cunning, graduating late at 15 moons old. Yeah, Needle Dew is now finally a warrior, and she's currently considering bending the rules just this one time again. Having intellect back up a troublesome nature means that we could also be getting into it with her too. Okay, and here's Fawn Shock, first up of our newer apprentices. She's currently thinking that she's hearing things. She's nervous, a boogeyman fighter, and a renowned hunter. I wonder if this means like a fighting and a hunting trait. But I think the boogeyman fighter is new for me. I can see that being more so like, you know, chasing away people's demons sort of a thing. But with a nervous nature, I can also just see her fighting non-existent shadows, so to speak. They were mentored by Falcon Scratch, who influenced them to be more likely to have trouble adapting, be friendly towards others, follow rules, and use teeth and claws over words. Falcon Scratch helped them become better at hunting and comforting others. When they graduated, they were honored for their reliability, graduating at 11 moons old. So I guess Boogeyman Fighter is kind of helping people chase away their demons. And then we have Big Blotch, who's currently playing Mossball Chartkit. I guess she does kind of have blotches in the forms of the classic stripes there. But she's strange and multilingual. They were mentored by Yaramouse, who influenced them to be more likely to refrain from socializing and resort to violence. When they graduated, they were honored for their insight, graduating at 11 moons old. Alrighty. I mean, I guess it makes sense that the cat that would befriend a mouse is strange and can speak multiple species' tongue. So I think that really lines up there with the image of Big Blotch, but I still kind of get a sense that she's going to have a bigger role at some point. And then we have Blossom Current here, who's gossiping to Golsap about who should end up together. She's aloof, a captivating singer, and a masterful matchmaker. I really wish we could have just made her a mediator. Honestly, she would have really lined up to our last one, who was also a good singer and good at mediating. I think she also might have had an aloof nature. But Blossom Current was mentored by Ravensong, who influenced her to be more likely to try and avoid violence, behave erratically, and break rules that don't suit her. Ravensong helped them become better at matchmaking and using their voice. They graduated their honor for their hard work at 11 moons old. And then we have Quailpaw, who's technically a little bit behind now. Childish, still interested in herbs, 11 moons old, so with experience at 50, I think he is going to be catching up to the others shortly. Okay, Sparrowstar is wondering if Stonefruit will do a good job after them. I know when Stonefruit was appointed, he didn't really have any other choices in the matter. There just weren't that many cats that fit the job of deputy. So, I mean, now that they've had so long to work together and for Sparrowstar to effectively ready Stonefruit for the position, I wonder if he's having doubts or if he's just trying to envision what a future MoonClan might look like. But it looks like his trait did change. He is fierce, still incredibly knowledgeable, but that's written differently than how it was before, and with a connection to StarClan. Stonefruit, unfortunately, is still grieving. He's feeling intrigued by a recent challenge and is strategizing solutions. Swanspot is thinking about taking on a new apprentice. Chestnut is eavesdropping on Palepaw. But let's go ahead and talk to you, Swanspot. Oh, good morning. It's lovely to see you. I'm fine. It's just, well, you must have had a very eventful sleep. Would you like to share tongues before you go? I wouldn't want you walking around looking any less than your best. It's what you deserve after all. So I guess we're being a little bit messy again. And I think that actually lines up pretty well. Yeah, because we're sharing tongues with Swanspot, so maybe that was a conversation that preceded this event. Sky Scratch is currently finding Chirpaw annoying, oh no. She will have her kids next moon, and if you missed it last time, we did make her throuple with Raven Song and Fluffroar, so I'm curious to see who the other biological parent to this will be. Okay, it looks like we're helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs today, so it doesn't name anybody explicitly, but I'm gonna go ahead and say we're accompanying Swanspot, and we'll bring Quailpaw along since he's interested in herbs. Here, Mouse wants to get to know Stonefruit better. We are talking to him this moon. Comfreyfoot told me earlier that no other cat in the clan can do what I do. What do you think they mean by that? Compliment. And of course, like everybody else, they ran away crying. So they need to go apologize. And we'll still talk to Quailpaw. Quailpaw stumbles across camp to you, soaking wet and covered in mud. Frost whisper before you get mad, I didn't do it. The very peeved off looking deputy locks eyes with you and storms in your direction. What mischief did Quailpaw get into this time? Who knows? Chirpaw is wanting to earn their warrior name. We are talking to him. Have you ever had the feeling where you want to achieve something so much to the point you feel like you're going to explode? I really hope I'm not the only one. I mean, that lines up with an ambitious trait. Like, there's definitely been a few times, you know, where there's something went really, really badly, but I don't think I ever felt like I was actually going to combust for those opportunities. My paw is dreaming of someday making their clan proud, and we are talking to him too. I've been told I lack tact. Honestly, I see it as a service. At least you know where you stand with me. I just believe in being straightforward, saves time and energy. That's not really the kind of image I got of Lightpaw, I guess. I always expected him to be a bit more of a quiet daydreamer with his traits and abilities there, but I guess not. It's not necessarily a bad thing to tell people things how it is, but like anything, there is a limit to what you can really do with that. Obviously, you don't want to just go up to somebody and tell them, like, you know, they're a horrible person or whatever, and then just say, well, I'm just being honest. That's not how the world works. But it's also good sometimes to be direct and not dance around subjects because some people don't understand those songs and dances as well as others do. Sometimes just being told straight out can be the best communication. ICI is assisting with camp cleanup. They are AFAB, so I don't think anybody is going to question where these kits come from, even though there might be, cats outside of the clan involved. So ICI should be safe no matter who the other parent is. But they are currently assisting with camp cleanup, so not really taking it easy either in their old age or with their pregnancy. Moonfern is exploring ways to introduce kits to the world beyond the nursery safely. And of course, little Chard Kit here is going to get all of the attention now. Moonfern tells a story about an apprentice who faces their fears and saves their friend from danger, and Chard Kit seems a little bit more bold when they leave the den with their tail raised high. This just can't last. If it does, Chard Kit is going to be OP or the next main character. Fluffroar is wondering how to break the news to Pale Paw. Don't know what news. But while Fluffroar and Chard Kit are playing, Chard Kit notices one of the other kits watching in a lonely corner and invites them to play. They happily accept and the three have a blast. They probably invited the apprentice that was playing with them, or I guess it might have been a warrior now, just one of the younger cats. And everyone's having fun, but Chard Kit has courage and compassion of two now. Meanwhile, Chard Kit is talking to some bugs because she is lonesome. Probably because she's the only one in the nursery right now. Okay, let's go on our LifeGen patrol though. Deputy is forming a border patrol. Who will volunteer? We volunteer for patrol, but we get distracted and miss making a scent marker. Our mistake is pointed out, but forgiven. That's the only way to really treat that, honestly. But let's go on a family outing. Greenleaf encourages the oak to reach its full potential, wide and towering, and Swanspot goes to collect a harvest of its leaves, taking a patrol with them to make the task easier. The shade of the oak tree makes the ground beneath it cool, and it bodes well for harvesting its leaves. The warriors flex their talents, and Swanspot encourages them as they show off their climbing skills, breaking out twigs to send the leaves down to Swanspot. And we gather some oak leaves. I think it's just really funny though because, Swanspot is Grandma, Frost Whisper's uncle, and Quailpaw is the grand kit of the family. So just nice, envisioning a little granny just encouraging, her family to, do their best and show off for her. And then all the time she's just standing underneath and collecting the spoils of their effort. Just a nice little image, especially for Greenleaf. Chestnut Pelt, on the other hand, is not as successful. They can't pick their way through some thorns to reach leaves, but that's okay. Okay, well that's weird. My internet is currently not allowing me to look things up, so I guess I'm flying blind. And I will hope that I'm not breaking the rules of my own challenge here. But while helping gathering herbs, Mosspaw stumbles upon a bush of red berries. Our patrol skills are guarding, thinking, speaking, cleaning, camp keeping, and traits are insecure, childish, oblivious, and witty. So obviously this has a potential for danger. I just don't know if any of those traits are ones that we will have to proceed on. I think insecure would be more of a do not proceed because they wouldn't be sure. Oblivious, on the other hand, would be to proceed because they wouldn't be sure. So I think I'm just gonna flip a coin. Okay, I think we're gonna proceed here. Confidently gathering them and prancing back to camp, Mosspaw is informed that red currants are a useful medicinal herb. As long as somebody got poisoned, I don't care. This is a very interesting combinations with, like, you know, the dark pelted mentor and trainee and the light pelted trainer and mentor. And of course, Barristar is fierce and Cold Shriek is a murderer, so what are we really teaching the young kids? It looks like we're going to be practicing hunting, but nobody sets up to teach. Okay, I do need to send somebody out on border patrol. So let's do these guys here. The patrol discusses rumors they've been hearing that there's a badger denning in a certain part of MoonClan territory. Yarmouth decides there has to be an easy way to figure out if a badger has moved in, one that doesn't involve sticking head in front of the predator. They lead the patrol on a search of the clearing around the set until they come upon some fresh badger scat. Stinky, horrible, and perfect proof of the new occupant. Okay, and let's go ahead and send out our hunters. Kind of a bigger patrol, but we've got 2 very new warriors, so I'm okay with that. There's a spring in their steps as the cats head out. Today looks like a good day for hunting. The area the patrol chooses has been the subject of several recent hunts, and these grounds are now sparsely populated with fearful, cautious prey. No success. Okay. Send out our brothers hunting too. 2 squirrels. They slip right out from between the patrol's claws, but at least they do bring back something. Alrighty. That was an interesting, kind of unsuccessful moon, but we'll go ahead and jump into the next one. We'll get to meet, hopefully, some new kids, and Greenleaf, of course, still holds some promise for being Greenleaf. Oh man, that stinks. Our tail was badly injured by a fox, so we're probably gonna be down for a little bit. And Quailpaw didn't get their name. Ugh. Okay, so Sky Scratch is smiling as the first cries of their litter of 2 kits gently licking their soft, downy fur. Meanwhile, Raven's song parades around camp, proudly boasting about how adorable they are to any cat who would listen. So I guess they are Raven Song's biological kits. Icy Ice is unsure how many kits they'll have. They decide to move into the nursery in preparation for their soon-to-come kits. I kind of hope Icy Eyes has a ginormous litter. Frostlesper appreciates how Little Heart always seems to ask how they're doing. Eldawise Kit. I'm gonna have to change that name. That is not gonna be something I'm gonna be able to say. Stepped on Frostlesper's foot and pretended not to notice. But we're not gonna cuss out our newborn nephew or niece. So, we're not gonna have a negative effect there. But I think it's just kind of hilarious, this notion of a newborn kid trotting on Frostlesper's paw and he just gets really, really offended at the slight against him. So we got Sky Scratch's 2 kits. Pigeon Flick is feeling better after their own birth. Stonefruit gazes up into Silver Pelt and finally finds that the grief has begun to lessen. Oh man, we're having... Sorry, a street racer just went by. Little Heart fought a rogue and got hurt. Lyra Rush has gotten heat exhaustion. Lightpaw's ear is feeling much better, but they've gotten fleas. So we're definitely going through it right now with Greenleaf. There's always something in the time of plenty and heat, but I was hoping that we could avoid the whole heat exhaustion, heat stroke thing this go. Let's check out these new kits. Okay, so first we have Hillkit, who's snuggling up to the belly of Sky Scratch. A newborn male with cyan eyes and a smoke pelt. So I think that Hillkit pretty much takes after Raven's song almost exclusively there. Oh, that's weird to think that Moonfern and Stonefruit are now grandparents to... Like, I mean, Swanspot, yeah, she's an elder. It makes sense that she's a grandparent. I still don't feel like Moonfern and Stonefruit are that old, though. Oh my goodness. There's so many aunts and uncles to this litter. That's like the whole clan, basically, right there. That is a little disconcerting for the future of the clan, honestly. But Hillkit is rebellious. And then we have Edelweiss Kit, who is the cutest little owl-like tortie without actually having the owl pelt. The newborn female is cyan eyes. Those are very prominent eye colors, I guess. And of course a tortoiseshell. She is quiet. And let's go ahead. I do want to keep like a flower name because I'm assuming Edelweiss is a flower. I think it probably comes from Ravensong because Ravensong, you know, did a stint as a medicine cat. So let's keep a name of a flower or for her, but I'm kind of blanking. Ooh, Poppy. Poppy's a red one. I don't think we have a Poppy or have had a Poppy in all of the playthroughs. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Let's check out some other cats that should be all grown up now. So here's Fawn Shock, all grown up. I just love the like paler cream on black torties. I think it's just like a really jarring difference, but a nice one. Oh my god. Here's Big Blotch. She's currently glaring at a piece of Freshco like it personally insulted their parents. She's definitely a redder, pinker sort of tabby, but she is currently giving a ride to her little mousy friend. Then here's Blossom Currant, who's wishing two cats would hurry up and get together already. And I'll be honest, I know that she's missing... Oh no, she has a twisted leg. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought she was missing a leg, and I was like, I don't know which leg that would have been at this point. But no. Twisted. That is different. Oh, Quail did get a name. Quail is now Quail Hale. Did we just not... Did I miss something? I might have just missed something. I don't know. But I don't remember seeing a ceremony for Quail. Did the generator just mess up because we were hurt during that time? Because if so, that feels really bad. But here's Quail Paw, all grown up, now named Quail Hale, which is kind of hilarious, both in terms of rhyming and in imagery. He saw a kitty pet rolling around a two-legged garden. He is childish and a good healer. They were mentored by us, and we influenced them to be more likely to break away from the status quo and bicker with others. When they graduated, they were honored for their spirit, graduating at 12 moons old. Good to know, because we didn't get that explicitly. But he's a very handsome little man. I just wish that, again, his nature had matured from childish to something a bit more reflective of his emotional intuition. But that's okay. Looks like we didn't have any other mysterious graduations, so that is the extent of that. But let's go ahead and check out how everybody's doing. Spirisar is wanting to get to know Pale Paw better. Stonefruit is lecturing Shimmerpaw on the warrior code. And for his sake, I really hope that he, you know, finds more joy than he's had the last few moons with the loss of his mate and a kit. He now has some grandkits to look forward to, so hopefully he can find healing with them. Swanspot is craving to taste the shroom. And Chestnut Pelt saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. We're currently trying to set a good example for younger cats. We are injured with a mangled tail, which obviously isn't great, but that shouldn't be lethal. As soon as I say that, though, something's gonna happen. Just gonna take a quick look through our relationships, just wanting to see if there's anything changing. And of course, there's not. I really want to see what happens with Comfreyfoot and Weaselreed, though. I just wish Comfreyfoot actually had a, return crush on Weaselreed. She likes both Us and Raven's song, which is hilarious. Like, she has crushes on the whole brother trio, but not the one that actually likes her. Would they be compatible? They would be compatible, especially with Weaselreed's wise nature. So, let me know if we should try that out. Little Heart is currently giving some advice to Sky Scratch. He is injured in a den with us with a cat bite. So he's the only cat we're talking to this moon besides our new nibblings. And I can imagine the reason for that is that, we're just kind of cooped up in the medicine cat den, just talking and hanging out. Little Heart and Falcon Scratch are quietly gossiping together, whispering and laughing in the clearing. We're curious about what they're saying, but we decide not to interrupt their precious sibling time. Yeah, I guess they are. I keep forgetting about some of these relationships, but it's there. At least Moonfern and Fluffor will have new additions to the nursery, though. But for now, Charkit is still getting their undivided attention. Charkit accidentally mixes up the dirty moss and clean moss, and Moonfern only notices after the fact, so nothing actually gets cleaned. Intelligence -1. Well, can't all win. Fluffor is gathering moss for the nursery. Let's see if we have any better luck here. Charkit cries and buries himself in their nest after losing in a play fight. Courage -1. We probably should have just left Charkit alone. But yeah, let's just talk to the new nibblings. Meow. And we're sat grooming ourselves in the clearing. A little newborn stumbles into you. Squeak, meow. They turn around and stumble away. You're too surprised to grab them before they crawl back to the nursery. Seems at the minimum they have a good sense of direction. So that's probably the instance where Poppykit tread on our paw. But can we really blame her when she's blind? Okay. Unfortunately, no LifeGen patrol. But there's plenty of other patrols to be had, so let's get to it. Unfortunately, neither of our medicine cats get anything new, but no one gets hurt. Sparrowstar is going to take both of these apprentices out since Lyra Rush is not feeling well. A Shimmerpaw falls over again, so not getting how to shift their weight with that move, Sparrowstar watches them from the side of the training ring, sitting apart from the rest of the patrol, but not alone. The spirit beyond them calls a Shimmerpaw, a murmur that drifts in and out of Sparrowstar's hearing, making their ears twitch. It isn't bad advice, though. After another fall, Sparrowstar pads forward to pass on the message. While it can be difficult to interpret the words of those who've gone beyond, seeing as they've been sitting there yelling the same advice over and over again, Sparrowstar will manage. It'd be so interesting to be able to see and hear ghosts or members of StarClan. Whatever those equivalents would be. Okay, but training seems to have gone pretty well with everybody. Just not too sure who we're gonna send out on our border mission. Just because we have so much more healing than anything. While on patrol, Falcon Scratch notices some suspicious paw prints in the mud beneath the canopy. The paw prints lead to a trespassing rogue who we send off easily. Our hunting patrol catches the scent of a fox, but is it red or gray? Tracking it, we find our red enemy feeding on the deer fawn carcass. It's impossible to say whether the fox killed it or found it. I'd really like to try and get more prey, and if it was a gray fox, I wouldn't have hesitated. Not with 3 cats, anyway. but we only have 3, and frankly, majority of them are relatively new and untested, so I don't think we're going to proceed, especially since we've got nervous as a trait. We decide not to quarrel with the fox and find prey elsewhere. This might be a bit risky, but I'm going to try and send these guys out on a border patrol in the hopes that we get another cat we can recruit, because looking at that family tree, we really need some fresh blood in here. Oh no, instead we find the scent of a large dog wandering along the edge of the clan's territory. Fortunately, this is a threat to the clan, so we don't have a choice. We are proceeding. We shadow the dog, sending a message back to Warren Camp. It's an exhausting and stressful day, but by the time night falls, we've confirmed the dog is leaving the local area, and the patrol has assured MoonClan's safety. Alright, well, we're not doing that again. Alright, all we can catch is a little lizard. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the last moon of today's episode. Nothing interesting happens. Alrighty. ICI secretly had a single kitten. Frost Whispers complain that Comfreyfoot never does anything helpful. Oof. But we're impressed by Blossom Current's competence in any situation. Clef4 is rethinking how they feel about us and gives us another chance. Chestnut Pelt asks Frost Whisper about something complicated and is amazed at how quickly we understand. Poppykin and Frost Whisper actually got along better today. The way that's phrased makes me think we are quarreling with a toddler. Then ICI secretly had a single kitten. Okay, so ICI is presently just grateful that they've lived so long. But let's check out their little kitten. Alrighty. So ICI's one little kitten is named Fierce Kit, a newborn male with cobalt eyes and a single color pelt. He is noisy. I'm guessing one of their parents was an outsider that belongs to no clan. Yep. Let's say hi to Fierce Kit. Well, not so fierce yet. He's purring at us. Whoa. Look at Poppy Kit. That is not the kind of red I expected her to grow into. That's cool though. She's happy being alone sometimes. Now I'm wondering if I should have maybe picked a different flower than Poppy. Just a very, very dark color. Huh. I'm curious to see what's in the future for Poppy Kit though. Then we've got Hill Kit, who's regretting eating the bug they caught. He's being rebellious. And yeah, he definitely seems to take quite a bit after Ravensong there. Okay, Sparrow is currently thinking about what to say at the gathering. Stonefruit is stressed about organizing patrols. Swanspot has the foul taste of bitter herbs in their mouth. Chestnut Pelt is fervently grooming between each of their toes. We are talking to her this moon. Chestnut Pelt sits next to you, quietly. They make no move to fill the silence, seemingly enjoying it. Why can I totally see some possibilities there? Nope. Guess Chestnut Pelt is just enjoying our quiet company while we are confined to the medicine cat den. Weasel Reed is currently playing a prank on Moonfern. We'll talk to him too. Can't you see I'm busy? I guess his patience is not yet extended to us. We're currently wondering what the inside of a two-leg den looks like. Still injured. Probably will be for another moon or so. Ravensong is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. And we'll talk to him too. Is it just me or has Swansop been looking a little lonely lately? We should go check on them. Aw, hopefully not. I know Swanspot is crushing pretty hard on ICIs who just had a kitten, so that could be, you know, kind of exacerbating that feeling a little bit, having a kitten with someone else. Comfreyfoot is wondering how Lyrush is doing, and unfortunately, we are insulting her. Comfreyfoot curls her lip at you and sulks away. Do you like Weaselreed better than you like me? No. Aw, poor Fonshock is visibly stressed about something. Big Blotch is convincing a bee colony to not make their nest in the clan clearing. Meanwhile, everybody else just sees Big Blotch talking to bees. They are doing us a big favor. Blossom Current is giving some advice to Ravensong. I also just realized too, like Ravensong and Fluffer adopted them and they're still pretty young and they've already got another litter. So that probably feels a little bit strange to be the, slightly older siblings there. We wake up in the middle of the night to catch Blossom Current in the middle of sneaking out of camp. Ooh. I swear it's not what it looks like. I'm sleepwalking? Yeah, sleepwalking. That's it. You can go back to bed now. Ooh. I don't think we'd turn in one of our nieces to Sparrowstar for breaking the rules. Sleepwalking sounds perfect. Moonfern is currently pondering on the legacy they want to leave for the kids within the clan. And now we can leave poor Chart alone. Let's try lecturing Hillkit. During Moonfern's lecture on clan history, Hillkit is completely engrossed, asking insightful questions that Moonfern tries their best to answer. Intelligence 1. Nice. Fluffer is also convincing the bee colony not to make their nest in the clan clearing. And he can tell a story to Poppykit. As Fluffer recounts the story of a misunderstood loner, Poppykit laughs and makes jokes, showing little regard for the character's situation. Empathy, -1. Well, that's a bit of an oof, but we are talking to Fluffer. We confront Fluffer about a nasty rumor they spread about you. All of that is just hearsay. Who can know for sure where petty gossip originates? In fact, in baselessly accusing me of starting that rumor about you, aren't you, in fact, just as bad as I am? Fluffer slinks away before you had the chance to argue back. Oof. Gosh. Things like that are just insufferable to me, where it's like, there's nothing you can do right. No matter what, those kinds of people will just think that they are in the right and everyone else is in the wrong. So after a point, you kind of just have to learn to let it go. Charkit wants to snuggle. And we are talking to our very interestingly colored niece. I keep wanting to say child, and they are not our child. Hey, Frost Whisper, what if Sparrowstar doesn't make me a warrior because I'm too much of a fraidy cat, like Chirpaw said? Poppykit starts to tear up, trembling in place. What if I'm not good enough? What if... You gently reassure Poppykit that they'll be the best warrior ever, and that you'll make them a warrior yourself if you have to. That seems to make them calm down a bit, and they smile at you. So thanks, it really means a lot, Frost Whisper. Aw, poor Poppykit. Alrighty, and then time for last patrols. Swanspot gathers lungwort, thankfully, before we go into the colder season. And Chestnut Pelt gathers some ragwort. Our training patrol has a disagreement and looks at Comfreyfoot to settle the dispute. Comfreyfoot manages to skillfully smooth over any disagreement. And will still do Sparrowstar with the other two together. They decide to focus on climbing, and Shimmerpaw listens carefully as the proper techniques are explained. Goldshriek takes Lightpaw for fighting practice, and both cats have a nice session, swapping their best tips and tricks with each other. Did you use those fighting skills to murder your clanmate, Goldshriek? Did you? Anyway. Alrighty, who's gonna be on patrol? Falcon Scratch notices some suspicious paw prints. Boldly, Needledew follows the paw prints to a trespassing rogue and confronts them. Puffed up and scowling, the patrol demands the rogue leave our territory. Intimidated by our confidence and the number of cats, the rogue gives in and leaves without a fight. Okay, I'm sending out some smaller patrols just to try and get the cats a bit more experience. with just everything, honestly. And in the hopes that, cast a wide net, you get back something. Quail, Hail, and Fawn Shack don't have much luck, but they do bring back something. Our next hunting mission is interrupted by two legs when they go to hunt near Two Leg Place, but they do bring back something as well. Okay, we have a pretty good buffer here, so I am going to send everyone else on a border patrol, since this is going to be our last chance to 100% recruit somebody. But no, on the way to mark the far corners, Pigeon Flick tells the story of their ancestors and keeps the cat's minds off their long walk, allowing the patrol to at least go quickly and easily. We really haven't had that many encounters with outsiders lately. But that is okay. I do think we'll go ahead and leave that off here as we usually do. A little bit lackluster with Greenleaf, I must admit. We didn't really rake in any sort of resources, be it herbs or prey or other cats. So this upcoming winter might be a little bit more harsh, but that's alright. It keeps challenging everything. We also have realized just how related everybody is getting to be in this clan, so fingers crossed we do get some new blood in sooner than later. But otherwise, we're just gonna be healing up next time and, of course, seeing what happens. Quailhail did manage to become a warrior this episode, even if we were robbed of their ceremony. So I'd also look forward to any ceremonies people would like to write in the comments down below, and we can pick the best one and say that's what happened. So I'll keep a lookout for that, and we can take a look at whose is our favorite at another time. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Parental Unit, especially for supporting the channel, as that support is, of course, greatly appreciated. And feel free to check out links in the description below, everybody. There are links to some other social medias that I'm going to try and get better about actually using. And I've also got a link to commissions down below, so if you like anything I have ever drawn, the prices have been reduced, so take a look at that. Just another way to support me. But otherwise, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you then. And bye.